On number 3, I'm going to underline the question, what fraction of water bottles will Talon's mom put into each cup? I need a fraction of water bottles that's going to be put into each cup. It says Talon's mom has 4 water bottles. They're drawn right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 water bottles. She needs to fill 3 cups with water. So I know that the water that's in here needs to go into 3 cups. 1, 2, 3 cups. So I'm going to start by sharing my holes before I partition. So I'm going to cross this one out and share it here. Cross this one out and share it here. Cross this one out and share it here. And now I have one that's left over. If I put it with the first group, that wouldn't be a fair share. So I need to think about how I could partition or split into parts that last piece. Since I have 3 cups right here, that means I need to partition it into thirds. And now I need to label my unit fractions. I have 1, 2, 3 total parts. And if I look at that one, that's only 1 part of the 3 total parts. So that unit fraction is 1/3. If I look at the middle one, that's only 1 part of 3, so the unit fraction is 1/3, and the last unit fraction is 1/3. So now that I partitioned, I can share. I can cross this one out and share it here. I can cross the middle one out and share it here, and I can cross the last one out and share it here. So that this first cup got 1 and 1/3, and they each got 1 and 1/3, and the answer for that is D. Number 4. You can't really see the fraction bar for number 4, so I'm just going to focus on the unit fractions that we're composing or putting together. So I see 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. I see that 1/3 3 times, so that's 3/3. If you have 3/3, then you have this part, and this part. You have the whole thing, so 3/3 equals 1 whole. Let's go on to the next one. The next one has a fraction bar and only 3 are shaded in. We need to decompose or break apart that fraction into unit fractions down here. So if I only look at this one piece, that's only 1 part of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's only 1 part of 10 total parts. If I look at the next part, that's only 1 part of 10 total parts. If I look at that last one that's colored in or shaded, that's only 1 part of 10 total parts. I see 1/10, 1/10, and 1/10. I see 3 1/10s, so that's going to equal 3/10 because 1, 2, 3 are colored of 10. 3 parts of 10 total parts. Number 6. John was only going to eat 1/4 of his candy bar. Which point best represents 1/4 on the number line? So I need to find which one of these letters is 1/4. When I'm dealing with a fraction number line, I always start with a 0 and I always end with 1, because from the 0 to the 1 is 1 whole. So now I need to count my total number of parts. 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts. So at this point, I don't have any parts yet. That's 0/4, because I have 0 parts of 4 total parts. At the end of this 1 part, I have 1 part of 4 total. That's 1/4. I'm looking for 1/4. That means A shows me 1/4. 7 is similar, except this time we're looking for the one that does not correctly fit into the number line. Which of these points is not labeled correctly? So I need to start at the 0 and I need to end at my 1 whole. So I need to connect my parts at the top. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. So I have at this point 0 of 8 total parts. At the end of this one I have 1 part of 8 total. That's 1/8. Here I have 2 8s, that's correct. 3 8s. Then 4 8s, 5 8s, 6 8s, and this should be 7 8s, but it's not 7 8s. That's incorrect. That means the one that is not labeled correctly is K. That's D.